Well, hey guys. Now, if you all remember correctly, last week I did a video called Relationships and Their Dilemmas. Now, I am an extremely objective person, and what I presented was one side. You know, we talked about B. Smith, the restaurateur, and style guru, whose husband in the last years of her life, when she had dementia, did things that were so disrespectful, almost in a way to humiliate her in front of the world. We talked about Dwayne Wade and his wife. Oh my God, I forgot her name. Gabrielle Union, that's her name. And how I felt like if he really loved her, that he would not hold up this 50-50 paying the bills thing that she decided she wanted to do, so he would never say to her again, my house that I paid for. Especially now that she has a child, and you know, it's hard for her to make movies. I think that, you know, if he truly loved her, she was so stressed in an interview I saw that if he does love her at all, I think that, you know, they should let that 50-50 paying the bills thing go for a while. The one person we did not talk about was Wendy Williams, and she's kind of in the same boat as B. Smith, whereas in the end her husband did stuff that was just so humiliating for her that she basically had a nervous breakdown. So I know there are going to be some people who are not going to like what I'm going to say, but as I said, I am objective, and there are always two sides to a story. So in this video, I'm going to present the other side from the husband's point of view. Okay? One of the things I learned from a video that went viral that I got so much backlash from, and to the point that I'm thinking, you know what, I don't even want to do any more videos. And my daughter kind of talked me into, well, Mom, you know, if you want to retire and you want to buy that RV, you still need to make videos. And I said, okay, I will. And I think I came to you all and said, okay, I will. And then I didn't, because I realized nobody's counsel is as good as the one I give myself when I'm honest about everything involved. Now, if I'm lying to myself about some stuff, then I probably can't trust my own instincts. But if I'm telling the truth and I've accepted the truth, then I can. And so what I've come up with is, there are going to be times when I make videos that are controversial, but those are the ones that make me the most money. So if I'm okay with the money, then I have to be okay with the comment section. Probably what I'll do is just not respond to the comments I don't like, or just stay out the comment section and just go to the bank. Doesn't get any more real than that. But I think it's only fair that I give both sides to the story. So let's talk about what could have possibly happened in a relationship or marriage that lasted 25, 30 years for the husband, towards the end of that time, to do something so humiliating and so trifling to his spouse. Let's talk about it. Okay, now first of all, I like to say that noise you hear, I turned off my fan, I turned off my central air, but there is nothing I can do about the people who live beneath me who have their central air running. So that is the noise that you hear. There's just nothing I can do about it unless I want to make the video in the house. And as you all know, I love being on my balcony. So I hope that you can overlook it But if you can't, I'm not mad at you. Okay? So let's talk about husbands who do despicable stuff to their famous wives. I have been in several relationships and married once, and a almost 7-year long relationship, not married, in my lifetime. I have been cheated on all but one of those times. All but one. And the only thing that all of those times have in common is I made more money. You look at B. Smith, you look at Wendy Williams, they made more money. They actually gave their husbands jobs in their company. When Leroy and I was together, Super Shoes reached out to me. They were opening a new store in a town near mine, and they wanted to know if my company would go in and do the final cleaning so they could bring all the inventory in and have their grand opening. But they also wanted their windows cleaned. Window cleaning is not something my cleaning company offered. So they said I needed to have my bid in 5 days. And so, of course, Leroy and I was living together, and I told them about it, and I told them I was going to turn it down because you could not, oh God, I forgot the term for it. It's when it's when someone offers you a job and then you hire somebody to do that job for you. They did not want that. They wanted the company to do it all. And so the first thing Leroy said was, I'll clean the windows. And I'm like, but honey, you're not a professional window cleaner. He goes, well, how hard can it be? I said, honey, it's always hard until you know how to do it. I said, I no. He goes, well, what if I learn how to do it? And I'm like, how you going to do that? He goes, I'll go online. And sure enough, this man went online and gleaned from every window cleaning company that had a online website. So he knew what equipment he needed. He learned how to do the strokes and stuff like that. And he goes, well, I think I can do this. So I had an insurance agent that covered all of my liability and stuff like that, as well as my car insurance, you know, all the insurances for my business. And I said, you know what, go clean her office. Clean her windows in her office for free. He goes, for free? I said, well, you know, until you know what you're doing, and nobody should be paying you. I said, if you want a shot at this job, then go clean the office for free. Now, it took him longer than a real professional, but he actually did a pretty good job, because Leroy was always one of those people to fake it until you make it. So I said, okay. So, you know, I did some quick magic stuff, and we came up with the name and made it a subsidy of my business. So that was allowable. I took the job. You know, I bid it out 2 different prices, one for the windows, one for the general cleaning. So when we get to this building, I cleaned the 2 bathrooms because, you know what, I was a bit of a perfectionist. And then I had 3 other employees who cleaned the body of the building. They did all the vacuuming and all the wiping so we could get all the sawdust and stuff up, and vacuum the floors and clean the light fixtures. And then Leroy did the windows inside and out. Now, he started out on the inside because it was hot outside that day. He did the inside windows. Then it was time to go out and do the outside windows. And I told him, I said, this is how much money you're going to get for the windows. Depending on how quickly you do this job, that dictates how much money you actually make an hour. And that's what a contractor's life is. You give a bid based on how quickly or how long it will take you to do a job. If I told a client it will take me 6 hours to clean this house, but I got it done in 5, I still got paid for those 6 hours. As long as I did every single thing I was supposed to do and didn't take any shortcuts, that's how being an independent contractor is fabulous. When you have a regular job, it don't matter whether you do a great job or not, you are stuck for 8 hours. That's the reason why I will not move up the ladder at Amazon, because the first couple of steps don't pay you any extra money and you work harder. I'm happy doing my boxes and taking my ass home. So it's time for him to go outside and do the outside of the windows. Halfway through the outside windows, I get summoned that Leroy wants to talk to me. I go out there and he goes, babe, it's really hot. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this. And I look at him and I go, I don't give a flying F whether you hot or not. This is the job you wanted, and this is the job I bid on for you. You better get your fat ass in gear, because Leroy was about, 6'5", over 300 pounds. He's a big boy. Get your fat ass in gear, and you better get this shit done. And you better get it done in the time frame before the rest of us leave. I said, I don't want to hear it. If you can't get this done, you might want to think about this whole relationship, because I'll be damned if you fuck up my reputation. Oh, he got it done, but there were some hurt feelings. And that's probably about the time he started looking for a girl on the side. And I tell you that story for this reason. It is hard for a woman to get to the top without her inner bitch coming out. It's just hard, because there are times when you have to get masculine to keep the peace and to keep control and to get things done, because it is your reputation on the line. Now, who's to say that, B. Smith didn't get a little, ghetto with her husband once in a while? Because see, back in her day, they didn't say, well, she's a bitch. No, they didn't say stuff like that. What they said was, she's detail-oriented. She's meticulous about details. She strives for perfection. But we all know those are buzzwords for she's a bitch. And maybe after being married all those years to a woman who was driven to be the very best she could be, maybe his little masculine feelings got hurt. Because other than that, I can't see any reason why a man would do to her what he did. Same way with Wendy Williams. People always want to say, well, he was controlling and he separated her from her friends and family. No. Wendy separated herself from friends and family, because Wendy was a workaholic. She didn't have time for friends. And yeah, she had family, maybe for the major holidays. That's about all she had time for, because that woman worked all the time. People in her office said, well, he was nasty to her. Well, people on Wendy's payroll, what you think they gonna say? I'm not saying that Kevin doesn't deserve everything he has coming, but I think Kevin probably put up with a lot. And if any of you all have been following Wendy Williams, for you to say she was a loving and warm and fuzzy woman, you're lying. And if she could be the bitch she was in public, on her radio station, and on her TV show, you think she wasn't a bitch at home too? And let me tell you something else. How does your man have an affair for over 15 years and you not know? I'll tell you why you don't know, because you didn't give a fuck. Your thing was, it's all about me. If he wasn't home, you think she cared? Of course not. She was already paying the bills, most of them. And that's the way she wanted it. And that's the way she liked it. Kevin's problem was Kevin should have left a long time ago. And in my honest opinion, Wendy Williams is a narcissist. And when Kevin did the one thing she told him he could never do, which is have a baby with another woman. Now remember, him and this girl been hanging out for 15 years and there was never no baby. I mean, that takes some discipline. And then one day there was. Because at this point, Kevin don't care no more. It freaked her out so bad. Now, I know she had Graves' disease. But everything that was ever wrong with that woman just came to the surface. That's why she just exploded before our very eyes so damn quickly. Because she never expected him to buck her. Now, like I said, there are going to be people who don't like this video, and that's alright. But think about it. How many of y'all lucky enough to got a man paying your bills? And how many of y'all are low-key resentful because you don't like some things that you got to put up with or you got to do to get that to happen? And imagine if you're a man, now your masculinity is also wounded. All I'm saying is, let's be fair. Let's just be fair. And maybe the thing is, don't date somebody that's got more than you. I mean, find somebody that y'all on the same level. I said tongue-in-cheek the other day that, it only costs $1,400 a month to, cover my ass. Well, I mean, in all honesty, that's actually realistic. We live together and he pays the rent. Pays the rent, pays the water, pays the electric. $1,400 easy that he had to pay anyway. And, I get to keep my money to pay my cell phone bill and my car insurance. It's actually, if I wasn't 63 years old and I was more like 27, it would actually be very doable. But I think you understand what I'm trying to say. As you get older and you accumulate more stuff, the idea of finding somebody who's going to pay your bills is pretty much ludicrous. And it's not going to be the relationship you envision it to be, especially if you got a lot of bills. Okay? I guess that's all I'm saying. So, go ahead and come after me. I don't care. Like I said, I still make it to the bank. But I just think this needed to be said. There's a reason when men get that trifling after a long relationship. Because they didn't like the way they were treated during that time. So, thanks for joining me. Take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.